So it's Saturday night. It's probably maybe 10 o'clock, 9:30, 10 o'clock. And kind of going stir crazy here. Last night I got vertigo. So all of a sudden everything got dizzy. And I get car sick, so when everything got dizzy, I got sick and threw up, and just wasn't a good night. And I've spent most of the day just laying inside the house. So, kind of a waste of a Saturday. And so I didn't get anything done on the truck. I was planning on finishing the truck today, and I didn't do anything on it. So I just had to get out here. I couldn't stand being in the house any longer. I don't really feel like working on the truck. So I had an idea. I wanted to pull out some old lights. Oh, and by the way, I've never had vertigo before, and it was crazy. I mean, it just came on all of a sudden. It's like I just all of a sudden stepped off a merry-go-round. But having some problems with my left ear. I think it's got some fluid in it. I think that's what caused it. So I bumped the camera when I was digging through that cabinet. These are KC lights. I bought them in a garage sale about 10 years ago. Marked $2, but I think I paid like $1 for them. Chrome's no good on them. They can be painted, sanded and painted. And I was kind of thinking about putting them on the K10. Need to drill a hole though in the bumper, but it would look good on here somewhere, or maybe underneath. I don't know. I probably need to go up top. I don't know. I might not put them on here. I could make some kind of a bracket that would come up. I don't know. It's just a thought. I don't know. I probably won't put them on here. I think they'd only look right if they were chrome, and I'm not going to re-chrome them. I guess I could paint them chrome, but mount them underneath, but they'd fill up with water. I got the drain on the bottom, see? Just could drill a hole. I don't know. I don't want to drill a hole in the bumper because that's a good bumper. I'd have to come up with some kind of a bracket. I think they may have to go back in the cabinet. I think while I got them out there, I'm going to test them. So let me strip back that wire and we'll see if they work. Alright, so I got one of them apart. Got some nice thick lenses. Got some good bulbs too. But yeah, they've seen quite a bit of water. But it's got a 12 volt 50 amp, or sorry, not 50 amp, 50 watt bulb, which is actually a pretty decent bulb. So let's see if we can get this where y'all can kind of see. Yeah, you should be able to see that. Just barely though. Let's see. That should work. Good ground. So And just sprayed some contact cleaner on it and got it cleaned out. I don't know. They're decent lights. I'd prefer they're clear. Let's see what they look like with the lens on them. Alright, so I've got a lens on. Which side of bang? Looks like a good. Let's see. Man, that yellow. I mean, makes it a good fog light, but it sure does take away from the light. Let's see. Compare that to, man, that gasket's no good. Man, that's pretty bright. I don't know, maybe I could find some clear lenses for these. Honestly, they're probably not worth messing with. So, well, I don't know. I don't think they're going to work on the truck, so I'm just going to go ahead and put them back together. I'll find a use for them one day. So I remembered something else. Got these at a flea market. I would say, you can see, focus. They were made in 1998. Of course, I didn't buy them in 1998, but probably at least 10 years ago. So these are some of those cheap halogen lights, but I think these are actually, they're made a long time ago. I think they're actually decent. I mean, this is the first time I've opened them. But I don't know if they're plastic. They're not plastic. They're metal housing and metal bracket. That should help the light last a little longer because it'll dissipate the heat. These things get so hot. And that's not plastic, that's glass. They're actually decent little lights. Looks like the lens though is glued on, so you can't replace the bulb unless it comes out the back. I think it does. I mean, these aren't pretty, but that stupid light. Let me turn the other overhead light on. Well, no. Let me see how bright these are. I could use the use that. It's already there. And now these, they're not pretty. They don't look cool. But they're bright. I know these are bright. Let's see. These wires are cool. Sorry. It looks like stainless hardware too. Cool. Decent. I don't know how much I paid for these. They're pretty cheap. I hear stuff going on outside. me go check. Alright, so I didn't see anything outside. I heard people talking. Guess not. Alright, so let's see how bright these little lights are. These should be pretty bright. These are very bright. Man, they generate a lot of heat. So, I don't know. The KCs aren't going on here. I can't find a good spot for them. But I think we can put these up under it. I think they would. Of course, I don't like the look of them, but I think they would be good. Just a little more light. So I'm gonna put them back in the package for now, but I'll probably be installing these at some point. And then, let's see. It doesn't tell how many watts they are, but I'm sure they're probably 55 watt. Yeah, 55 watt. At some point, we're gonna have to get the boat out. I think I've done a few videos on this. I think the boat and motor are both 1969, if I remember right. It's all sprayed down with I think that can of stuff is over here somewhere. That spray wax junk. Keep the corrosion from coming. Whatever that stuff is, it's like a green can. The only thing I had to do on the motor, I did pull the carb off to look at it, and it was completely clean. I put new plugs in it, and I had to replace the starter solenoid. But other than that, works good. I did, pulled the head off just to look at it. It had some corrosion on the head, and to get one of the head bolts out, I had to drill into the housing. I hated to do that, but I also didn't want to break the bolt off, so that bottom one just would not come off, and the head was starting to round off, so got it out, pulled the head off, cleaned it up, put a new gasket on it, painted the head, put it back on. So it's a good little motor, runs good. 25 horse. It's either pull crank or electric. So, well, I guess I've pedaled around enough. It's getting kind of late. I'm gonna go watch a movie, go to bed.